Hi, today I'm making a French onion soup. It has been so chilly here that I thought a nice brothy, cheesy soup would be a great addition for lunch today. So we're going to begin with beef broth, one whole onion, butter, as well as a half a cup of bourbon, and a French baguette, and fresh thyme. I forgot to mention that earlier. Salt and pepper to taste, and a variety of cheeses. And so I'll talk about this when we get to that point. So you're going to begin by, taking the skin off of the onion, as you can see here. And then we're going to just slice that onion and brown it in a little bit of olive oil. Okay, now you want to brown these onions. I put them in my stock pot, and so you want to definitely brown these onions until they have a little bit of color to them, because we're going to use every bit of the onion bits and all the little crispy bits that with the caramelized onion. I forgot to mention that you're adding 1 clove of finely chopped garlic to this. And next we're going to go ahead and deglaze the onions by adding the half a cup of bourbon. Now you can use sherry as well, but it's going to cook off the alcohol. Next, I'm going to add 2 cups of low sodium beef broth. And you're going to create a thyme bundle. So I've taken a few sprigs of the fresh thyme and tied them with twine, and I've just added that to the soup. And what this does is that it flavors it very well. You'll be able to taste the thyme once you have done this. Next, we're going to add 1 tablespoon of unsalted butter, as well as salt and pepper to taste. And we're just going to let that cook low and slow for about 30 minutes. So again, a weekend recipe. Next, we're going to slice our baguette. And I'm just slicing about 6 rounds and setting those aside. And I'm going to take the baguette and I'm going to toast them on the stove. So I've added some butter, maybe a teaspoon of butter. And I'm going to just toast them on both sides until they're brown. And then I set those aside. Now I'm preparing my ramekins for the soup. So I've placed them on a cookie sheet. And I've lifted the thyme bundle out of the soup. I'm going to go ahead and spoon in the onion soup into the ramekins, as you can see. And I'm going to set those on the cookie sheet. And I'm going to place the baguettes on top, as well as the grated Swiss cheese. Now this is my expensive Swiss cheese that I use for fondue, the Emmental. I think that's the way you pronounce that. I always say it wrong. But you can also use Gouda. It really doesn't matter what kind of cheese you use. I wouldn't recommend cheddar, but any kind of cheese that you like, you can add that, and it will, as long as it melts, it will give the soup that kind of gooey, texture where you're having the bread and the cheese and the broth, and it's very comforting. And so that is French onion soup.